So when we talk of financial literacy as an individual, is that you should be able to differentiate between an asset and a liability. So there's two things here. We have assets and liability. We have assets and liability. So as an individual, if you don't know how to differentiate between an asset and individual, then you have a long way to go in terms of what? Financial literacy. It is not that you should attend the class of finance or accounting class to understand this. No. Good example. Last week you have been paid salary. You have been paid salary. And if you try to balance your salary, is not balancing. Even after 2 days or 3 days after salary has been paid, you are running at a negative. You are running at a negative. So when you run at a negative, in accounts perspective, sorry to introduce that, you are running at a, your books are not good. Your book are not good. We can't recommend your book in any other financial institution because you are running at a negative. So you have been paid salary and now you are running at negative. Why is it that you have been paid salary and now we have not even covered the half quarter of the month, but you are now, your bank is negative? Because of what? Your asset is not equal to your liabilities. Your asset is not equal to your liability. So one of your asset, if I list down here, one of your asset is the salary. One of your asset is the salary, because this asset is the one which give you an income. It puts money in your pocket. So that is a salary. So that is your assets. And then on the part of your liability, you have rent. You have rent as a liability. You have transport. As a liability. What else? You have the food stuff. We have the food stuff as a liability also on our liability book. What else do we have there? We have the Airtel or airtime. We have airtime in our books. We also have, what do we have? We have what is called black tax. Black tax, these are the tax which you send to your relative, or the amount of money, that a small amount of money, 50 bob, 100 bob, 200 bob, 300 bob, 1,000 bob, you send to your relative, your parent, your guardian, is what we call the black tax. Now, you can see here, your item of liabilities is more compared to your assets. You only have one asset, which is a salary. That's why you cannot be able to balance these assets, which is in quote is the salary. That's why at the end of every month, after 3 days, 2 days, you are running a negative at bank, because these books of accounts is not equal. So what should you do now as an individual in this case? The first step is that try to get more assets. Try to get to more assets in this column so that this asset can cover this liability. What should I recommend? Try to buy a border. This border can generate at least 12,000 per month, which is now an asset. So don't buy border to take you to the job, no, or to take you to the market. No, buy border, lease this border to the what? The transport sector, or get a person who can operate. Then you will be able now to generate at least 12,000 in a month as an asset of that border. And then this 12 man will be able to cover one of your liability on this column, which is a liability column, maybe rent. So you can be able to cover the rent. So now that is a strategy which I could like you to use acquire more assets, so that as you acquire this more asset, you are going to cover up this liability. So once you have covered this liability, then you will be having more income generating asset compared to the what? Liability. And that when you will have now your books called the balance sheet. So your books will be balanced, and now we can call balance sheet. But for now, your books are not balanced, so we cannot even call it balance sheet because you have one asset, which is a salary. Subscribe to our channel and also like our video. We'll be giving you more videos regarding the financial literacy. After now acquiring one or two assets, we'll be now coming with strategies on how you should invest this amount, the extra money you are generating here. At this point, you don't have the capacity to start investing in other capital venture business, right? So make sure you subscribe, like our videos for more comments and for